Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of nothing new, which is a series that I do here on my channel where I sit down and we do a full face using no new releases, just products that I personally feel like using, and you guys at home will hopefully sit down and use products you've got at home. We're not going to talk about anything new. This is a time to just reuse what you already have. And I was thinking, since Christmas Eve is coming up, I wanted to create like a Christmas Eve kind of look that I'm personally going to wear on Christmas Eve. So you guys can just take inspiration from this. This is the before and after, so you can see exactly what the final look is going to look like. I was actually so inspired around the lip color, which I'll show you guys obviously at the end of the tutorial, but that's kind of what inspired this whole entire look. I knew I wanted to have a bold lip, but I didn't want to do like a classic red, and last year I did a metallic berry, so I wanted to do something different, and this fuchsia lip is getting me excited about this makeup look. Since it is winter time, my skin is quite dry, so I am going to be prepping it with the Embryolisse Late Cream Concentrate. This is an amazing moisturizer for dry skin, and it's also gorgeous under makeup. You guys may have heard me talk about this forever ago on my channel. I've loved this for a while. It's just been forever since I've used it in a tutorial. So today is the perfect day. We gotta make sure that the skin is nice and prepped. That's another thing that I really wanted to focus on in this tutorial is the skin. I really want to make it look so gorgeous and so healthy because I was thinking about Christmas Eve and how, you know, usually you're with family, you might be out to dinner with people, and I just really wanted the skin to just shine. So I chose things that are really going to make the skin look healthy. The next thing I'm going to go in with is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. It has been forever since I've used this. What I like about this is the purple hue. I need to give this a good shake because it seems like it's separated. I haven't used it in that long, but it has a gorgeous lavender hue. And what that's going to do is it's going to kind of brighten the skin, which is also necessary in winter. I feel like your skin gets dry and dull. So the combination of the two, the Embryolisse Late Cream Concentrate to hydrate and then layering a brightening primer on top, will really help to bring the life back into the skin during the winter. Excuse all the stains on my hands. That was me trying to find the perfect fuchsia lip color for this look. So already my skin feels so much better and I feel like it looks really radiant as well. Yes, love that. Okay, my husband actually helped me pick out my foundation. He loves this one. He loves how this looks on me, so I'm going to be using the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation, and I think it's perfect for this look because it kind of goes with the same theme of healthy looking skin, nice and radiant skin. So this is what I'm going to use. I mix two shades. I mix L2 and L3. So I just put about an even amount of both colors on the back of my hand, and I'm just mixing it up and warming up the product on the back of the hand. The reason why I like to go in with foundation off of the back of my hand, I don't know if I've actually explained this too well. If I have, it's not in a recent video, but I usually like to do that. Hang on, let me find a foundation brush. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush, but I usually like to do that because what it does is it warms up the product on the back of the hand before it hits the skin, which allows it to kind of melt a little bit, which allows it then to be much easier to work with on the skin. And I also find that I use less product when I do that because then it allows me to just build up the foundation instead of like pumping it onto the skin. I feel like I have much more control and it just ends up looking way better. So this is how I like to do it. I'm taking it off the back of my hand in little tiny bits and I'm just building it up where I feel like I need more coverage. That primer combo really did something. I love how it made my skin look. Oh my gosh, see how the radiance is really shining through? This foundation also gives a gorgeous glow, so this combo is just to die for. I think it's so pretty. After I feel like I've got the foundation pretty evenly distributed across the face, I like to take my beauty sponge and I take what's left on the back of my hand, and I do this because it creates a barrier on the sponge. So if you're worried about it picking up any foundation, try to put some product on the sponge before going into your face, and that usually helps prevent the sponge from sucking up any foundation. It just will press it into the skin like you want it to. My forehead's looking a little dry right now. I've been trying out the new Drunk Elephant retinol cream, which retinols are absolute miracle workers. If you've ever tried a retinol before, you'll know what I'm talking about, but if you've tried a retinol before, you'll also probably know that it can dry your skin out if you're not careful, and you do have to ease your skin into it. So I think I wasn't easing my skin into it as much as I maybe should have been, and so my skin got a little dry. I've been taking a break for a couple days from it, but I'm excited about it. I feel like my overall tone of my skin has improved so much since I started using it. I'm gonna let the foundation sit for a little while. If I feel like I need more coverage in a minute, maybe I'll add more. But for concealer, my husband actually, we were both in my beauty room while I was prepping, and I was like, help me find some products I haven't used in a while, and he was going through my things things and he's like, what about the NARS one? I haven't used this concealer in so long, but I love this concealer. It's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I have mine in the shade Light 2 Vanilla. It has honestly been so long. I love the moussey consistency that this has. It's honestly so nice. I'm gonna put a little on my eyelid as well. On my chin, down the center of the nose. To be honest, I've just been obsessed with the Laura Mercier concealer. So I haven't really reached for that many concealers recently in my high-end collection because that one works so well for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my beauty blender. This one is from Thrive Cosmetics. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out. All right, I am loving how my complexion is looking right now. It feels hydrated, it looks hydrated. It still looks like skin, but a more flawless version, which is the goal. Am I right? For powder, I chose the Hourglass Veil powder. It has been way too long since I've used this, and I keep seeing people use it, like every time I watch a tutorial on YouTube, and it's reminded myself that I need to pick this up again and see how I like it, because when I first got it, I could not stop using this. So I'm actually gonna take that on the Hourglass brush that they sent with the powder, and I'm gonna really kind of bake the under eye area with this. I'm also going to add some to the eyelid to set the concealer there. And then I'm taking the other side of that brush. Oh! I did not dust off the brush before I did that. Well, my nose foundation will be nice and set, won't it? All right, so now that the foundation is set, I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It Bronzer. And I'm gonna use this to kind of contour more than bronze. I have another bronzer that I'm gonna use to actually bronze up the skin. But I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of soft smile. That way I can see exactly where my cheekbone is and follow along. I love this bronzer for contouring. It's just the perfect shade for fair skin. And I also love how there's a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's not sparkly, so it gives your skin a slight luminosity. Down the sides of the nose a little bit, underneath the nose, under the lip, and of course under the chin. Then I'm gonna take that brush that we were using with the Hourglass powder and just buff over it to make sure that there's no harsh lines. I'm actually wanting to use this on my eyes as well. So I'm just gonna take an eyeshadow brush and really softly kind of work that into the crease. I want the eyes to be so simple, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of something in the crease to add that definition back, but it's not gonna be anything major. I'm also gonna take it and pinch the brush and put it underneath the eyes as well, just for some definition there. To warm up the skin a little bit, I'm gonna take a fluffier brush and I'm gonna go into the Essence Sun Club bronzer. Mine's like falling apart, but this kind of adds that warmth back into the skin a little more than the L'Oreal one does. And since it's winter time, I do want to look a little more healthy since I've lost a lot of that color to my skin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of warm up the skin all over. Next, I'm actually gonna go into highlighter, and this is something that I knew I was gonna use for this video. It's the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Vanilla Quartz. This is one of my all-time favorite highlighters, and it's just been a minute. It's been way too long, and I've been dying to put it back on my cheeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to all the high points of the face. I love how this has a little bit of a pink hue to it in the most beautiful, natural way. It has like a gold and pink shift, which I'm obsessed with. So I'm just gonna build this up. I'm gonna put it down the center of the nose as well, the Cupid's bow, above the brows a little bit. And I am going to take the Hourglass brush and just kind of buff over everything. I want it to look like it's coming from my skin, so I don't want any harsh lines anywhere. I think I'm gonna apply blush at the end when I have the lip color, so let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. This is gonna be so easy, you guys. I'm gonna take my Bodyography glitter pigment in the shade Sparkler. I know, I use this in like every tutorial, but it's honestly just that good. I want my eyes to be so sparkly today. So I'm gonna really pack this on the lid. Since the lip is going to make such a statement, I want the eyes to be holiday-y, you know, I don't know if that's a word, but I want them to be festive as well. But this is a great way to kind of have that glamour element without taking over the lip color. I don't want to overpower it at all. The thing that's amazing about these Bodyography glitter pigments is unlike other glitters that I've used, guys, I've done my face already. Obviously, you guys watched that, but there's no fallout. I don't know how they do it. I honestly don't. It sticks to your finger and goes onto your eye without coming down all over the face. I don't know how it works, but it's absolute magic. I think that's probably why I keep using it too, is because it's so foolproof and not messy. So if you're afraid of glitter going everywhere, this is a really good one to use because honestly, it does not get everywhere. It's so pretty. I feel like sometimes these lights cancel out the effect of the glitter. I don't know if that makes it any better. It's glittery, okay. Let's see, for lashes. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna go back into my Vanilla Quartz highlighter, and I am going to add this in the inner corner as our inner corner highlight. And I wanna bring it in to this portion here, and maybe even a little bit along the lower lash line, just to add some frostiness to the eyes. Yes, I really like how that looks. I'm gonna also pop it right underneath the brows, right here. All right, I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. What's new? I've been using this like crazy recently, and I'm gonna really kind of pile it on. I want the focal point to be the lips and the top lashes. So I'm gonna really pile it on the top lashes, but I'm also going to apply it a little bit to the lower lashes as well. I love how that looks. The eyes are seriously so easy and so simple, but they make such an impact and it looks so glamorous. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off any foundation that's on the lips so we can add some color to the face. So let's go ahead and line the lips. I'm going to use this one from Thrive Cosmetics. I'm not sure how good of a match this is going to be. Hopefully it's decent. This might actually be a little bit lighter than the color I'm going to use, but it's all right. I just needed some sort of a guide. So the star of the show is this NARS liquid lipstick in the shade You're No Good. I am obsessed with this color. So let's go ahead and apply it to the lips. Hey, actually, it's a pretty good match. All right, so the lip color is on. I have to say, I absolutely love this color because you kind of get that same classic red lip feel from it, but it's a little different since it's a fuchsia. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the BH Cosmetics Classic Blush Palette, and we're gonna choose a blush or 2 or 3 or 4. Since it's winter time, I kind of want to try out this one right here, which looks like it's the lightest shade in the palette. I just want a hint of color. It's amazing what a difference blush makes. If you feel like you got a little carried away like I did, I just take the powder brush that I used and buff right on over it. I'm going to add a tiny bit more highlighter. I'm also going to brush through the brows. Oh, by the way, I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I don't think I told you guys that at the beginning, but that is the brow pencil I used. I'm just going to make sure everything looks good. And of course, I'm going to add a little bit more of the L'Oreal bronzer just to add a nice soft sculpt to the face. I think we're ready to lock it in, so I'm going to use my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This is an older one with the old logo on it. I'm going to go ahead and drench the face with this. Get my handy fan. And I'm going to take my sponge and lightly press down on the skin just to melt everything together. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more of the Hourglass powder and just further lock down the T-zone. And to finish it off, I'm going to set the brows with my favorite brow gel. Well, this is my favorite clear brow gel at least. It's the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, and I'm just going to go ahead and run that through. This just brings the texture back into the brows, which I love. And your brows literally won't move all day. All right, you guys, I think that is it. I love how this looks. It is so easy, so simple, but it makes such a statement and it looks so glamorous. And I just feel like when you're around friends and family, I feel like this kind of a look would get so many compliments, and it's also foolproof. It's not intimidating to try out. I love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial as well, and I hope you like the finished makeup look as much as I do. If you're new here and you haven't joined the family, I would love to have you on board. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays when I upload my video, just click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. Tweet me or tag me in photos if you guys end up recreating this look, or if you do anything inspired by this look. I also just want to see like your holiday makeup look, so tag me anyway if you are creating something. And yeah, that's everything. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!